Y'all smell that? I do. Smells like some new releases. That's right, boom baby. Up first, we got the Blueprint Model A design. This shows you how to take a boring stock two-door and turn it into a hot rod. Pretty dang cool. In fact, all these are based off of pictures of my build along the way. What's that? Black shirt's too hot for you? The problem is they sell terrible. However, it's your lucky day because we did do the Blueprint design in white. I'm terrified of touching this. I'm guaranteed to get it dirty, so I'm gonna just put it down now. Has your project been sitting for a couple months? Come on, baby. Please start. Yes, yes, yes. Good news, folks. The most relatable t-shirt to any car guys available right now. We've got the puddins.fab.shop. Please start. You ain't a real car guy if you ain't ever gotten one of your cars and just said, please start. Oh, I almost forgot the best part, a keychain, so you can put it on the keys of the one that you always have to say, please start to. And oh, snappy, I forgot. Please start available in white as well. But what happens if you're out in public and your car don't start and you don't want to be seen? Don't worry, folks. Puddins.fab.shop has you covered. Cha-cha, if you live somewhere where it's nice and green, you'll want the green camo edition. Put that baby on, hide behind a damn tree. No one will see you. Oh, you living in the desert, kinda. I got you. Well, it's your lucky day too. Available now. All of our new releases, very limited quantities, guys. But I've got great news. We've got some restocks as well. The classic Mama Didn't Raise No Punk, restocked. The classic sitting on your ass won't finish a project, available now. And we had a very high demand for our cartoon wagon, so we did a very small restock of these. Once they're gone, they're gone. We will not be doing these ones again. Last chance. So dance your booty on over to puddins.fab.shop to get you some merchandise. Do not forget, we still have a few select designs, about like so, on sale going on right now. And Mama told me I gotta clean out my personal closet because I have like 48,000 shirts of my own. So I'm gonna purge through them later. And just as a little fun thing, I bet I end up with 10 or so left over. I'm gonna autograph on the back of them and we're gonna send those out. Some will be nice, some will be work shirts. You get what you get. You can use it as a rag or you can hang it on the wall, whatever you wanna do. I'm sending some of my personal shirts out with y'all. Now, speaking of throwing in, we've got some terribly printed koozies here. We're gonna throw them in with random orders until we run out as well. As always, we appreciate all the support here at puddins.fab.shop.com, and I truly hope you enjoy this video. It's just me getting my butt kicked and finding every bad front axle in Pot County. Man, oh man, here we go again, and we are back with some Mud-Cedes action. What's a Mud-Cedes? Well, you see her. She's been sitting out front, guys. Last week's video, I needed room, so I just let her roll down the hill. Dang, that thing looks sweet parked out there. And here she is. Today is a Friday, and I like to stay ahead a week on the main channel, so I need to just one whole shot, get done what we can get done in one day. It's gonna make you guys a video where we can get back out ahead. And I'm like, man, what do we need to do? What can we do? What can we do? And then I just look out the back window and this is sitting here like, oh, please work on me. So that's exactly what you're gonna get in this video, is one very long day seeing how much we can get done. I've already been out here shuffling cars, just trying to get it where we can get it in there. This thing is a like 61-ish Mercedes. I spent a couple days, cut out the old drivetrain, the old rear suspension, stuff like that. We got it sat on a Blazer chassis, and the Blazer chassis is just garbage. The Blazer chassis is more crooked than a politician. Ray Charles could measure and set wheelbase on this thing and get closer than what this chassis is. It's just how it was, guys. I took it down to the tree and beat on it and got it within a ½ inch. But to get it there, you can see how much carnage I did. All this is twisted and busted. The whole frame shifted this way. But do not fear, right over in our own junkyard, we've got another chassis for it. I've got a lot of four-wheel drive stuff out right now from working on old Roy, and we are just gonna thrash on this thing and see what we can get done in one day. I really thought when that popped, it was gonna go whoo and roll right back down that hill. That chassis is not a lot of good to us, so I wasn't the easiest on it. Let's see if we can dig out the old or the new chassis, not the old one. Hi-ho, Silver! That echoed through the valley. My morning mating call traveled many a mile. Dogs are barking. Hey neighborhood, it's Friday morning. I'm up, you're up. Call me crazy. Let me look at this thing. This frame looks shifted this way too. Who's gonna try to convince me these frame rails don't shift this way? Look straight down this one. Look straight down this one. The last time I started measuring everything and discovered that one's really, really bad. So for this one, we're gonna pull 2 cross measurements from that rear mount to this front bolt right there, $1.15. Now this is a throw together build, guys. See it up. You can't convince me these frames ain't garbage. Golly, this one ain't no damn better. That is 114 3/8. Well, either way, it has to be better than this one. Y'all see that gap? What about that 1 inch gap up there where bolts are supposed to be able to go through? That's how bad this one is. So unfortunately, this is a similar case of what we got into old Roy, where we started doing something and then I realized how bad the chassis was. Well, that was this. Except all we really did was build mounts on the Mud-Cedes side where that body should be able to bolt right onto this other Blazer chassis. Fingers crossed. That one has a drivetrain, this one does not. Not really a big deal because that transmission is burned up and all that has to get separated anyhow so we can have it rebuilt. I had driven that chassis before though when it was the project I had bought, and the brakes did work. We knew the rear end and front end didn't grind. I guess that's the only real advantage over there. And the lift kit. This one does not have a lift kit. Let's start combining 2 turds into a pile of turds. Push! Yeah! You're squared up to the lift there. Trying to decide what we should do first. Hey Ma, get the gasoline. We're gonna burn this sucker to the ground. That would probably be a brighter idea. Oh, Rupert, open up my trunk for me. Here you go, sir. Guys, do not forget, Beam Beladen, Riefentendruck, Knock, Tabel, Richt. When you do that, put it right in your Blutenstein. Oh yes, I remember you custom washers. Those 4 bolts is all that was holding it. Space command, lift points verified, go in it. Well. Looks like a lot of work to me. So the front end's really wrecked, but I checked between these mounts to the rear And I believe this chassis from here back to be square. The good news is we just checked this one and something's out of square, but we're not gonna worry about that. As long as those mounts end up landing where these ones are, and those ones, in theory, she should bolt right on, right next to our good quality shock. You've had a hard life, ain't you, old girl? Whoop. 29 inches. Whoop. 29 inches. Doo-doo. 29 and a quarter. Whoop. 30. Not good. If night dog you can't on Loogie Doobie and forgot it here, Chris. That's how much he hears. That's it. Your employee of the month again. Well, runner up anyhow, second to me. Put a little looby on that booty. Let me go get a bigger battery besides this damn AA. At this rate, give me a couple more hours, we'll have 2 U-bolts removed. And they say play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We have a winner, folks. Bring the heat. It would look a lot cooler if it would have lit. It's way more quicker than that silly impact anyhow. Where's my big hammer? Helps if you cut it all the way through, rookie. Just making all the rookie mistakes in front of my friends. She's been on there a decade or 7. That thing about popped me in the kisser. One of these days I'm gonna take one of them front teeth out. Get that gold tooth I've always wanted. Keep getting closer and closer. It is shocking how stuck this is. Get it? Shocking, it's a shock. Oh well, that's still good. That'll make it to the next oil change. Now if you're not a communist and you watched last week's video like you should have, you seen we had to steal some bolts for old Roy. We're gonna leave these springs. Bushings are dry but runnable. That back is lifted with lift blocks and we're just gonna swap those over. But Puddin', you can't run lift blocks, blah, blah, blah. I know, except I can and I will. For this level of build, let's think of like a Mud-Cedes repair or pole barn garage type build. That's not true. Ours will probably be safer than theirs. My point is, we're not doing something high end here, guys. It's just fun. It's to use up all these parts I've had.
Get your butt in your hole!
You won't make me angry. This thing is about to literally become like old Roy. You see, on old Roy, we put a 4-inch lift kit on there, and then we ended up going to a 6-inch to be able to clear the 37s and everything. And it made it where, well, obviously I've got a lot of leftover stuff. Those U-bolts wouldn't work for old Roy because they're 3/4 ton axles and these are 1/2 ton. So I've got all this crap left over. So instead of unbolting all the crap off that one, we can just take this 4-inch lift, which is how much lift this one has, and just put it on this one. Lift blocks, baby. I don't plan on doing any more of these anytime soon, so we might as well consume the stuff. And in theory, it should save us a little time. Drop that down, put that right in there. Of course, last week on old Roy, I said I was done doing 4-wheel drive stuff, and here I am the very next day working on more 4-wheel drive stuff. Now, my original plan was actually to swap all that stuff. But since the front's out of square, some of that could be in that front axle. I suspect that thing went to a ditch hard, bent the frame, and that means the front could be damaged as well. So we don't want to swap all that over here and then have a crooked wheelbase as well. Won't someone put a tire right in the damn way? That's the classic hold it straight with your sketcher. Dang, those got so many threads it could hold a damn 12-inch lift block, baby. Dang, we're about to get fancy. I forgot that 4-inch lift even came with new shocks. Apparently they're different sizes. Let's try maybe the correct length one. This is supposed to be over there. Yeah, supposed to be. Looked through the old cabinet in there and found a new one, close enough. See if we can get her to bolt on. About 1 inch up from the bottom of, or the top of that frame to the bottom of the hole. That looks pretty accurate. Left a big old gap there where we can burn down through that. Right there. Not bad. Dang, she's a big one. Smoked that one. We're getting there. Now I got the ultimate drill bit. Not the prettiest I've repaired, but that shock will work a lot better than the old one. Yeah! Oh, I heard it break. Yes, sir. Break in a good way, not a bad way. Oh man, that one's kinked. Maybe not all the way. She'll still flow. This one's in such good shape I can't even get on it. Yeah! I was gonna unthread them where y'all didn't have to watch, and as soon as I touched this one again, well, it snapped. There was brake fluid in there though. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now this one's got fancy rock guard on it, so I can't even get our line wrench. That's all right, because locking pliers are actually the ultimate line wrench. So, check this out. Right here's a factory brake line for one of these. This is for like a 91K 2500, 3/4 ton, early 90s. You can see how it's a little bit longer. Now the mounting style is different. Oh no, it's got a slot for using the clip too. It's got the same recess for the bolt, so all that starts nice and easy. Check that out. That goes right in there. So now you got a lifted, extended line, and it's a factory part number, meaning you can go to the parts house and get one if you need one, instead of having to order one online. Use your hammer and put your clip back on, and we're ready to thread back together, folks. Tight is tight. I don't keep a lot of these, but I got to digging and I have this one. She may be about the right length. Dang it. Pretty sure this one's a metric. Dang it. Not a deal breaker, guys. I mean, it's not like we were about to bleed the brakes on this thing. You can almost guarantee it needs wheel cylinders. I was just hoping to be in a moving, grooving situation there where we just got her dead. All right, before we move on, I got some wires hanging. We'll just splice onto those later. Going for a quick little strip down. Now, as far as our fuel tank, I don't even think we're gonna use that Blazer one. It was pretty clean, but this being a mud vehicle and just kind of fun, we'll probably just set a fuel cell in the trunk. Kind of makes sense to not have that tank hanging. Woo, fancy. Who noticed the bonus feature on this one? We do have a hitch. She's held with 2 half-inch bolts on each side, so she's ready to pull a gooseneck. Unless you're overseas, and apparently they call it a swan neck. I think someone commented the other day asking about the Lodestar, and they're like, oh, I think they said from the UK or London, and they're like, do you plan on hauling a swan neck with it? Swan neck? Y'all got them fancy trailers over there. Swan's elite. No, over here we got damn goosenecks, okay? I see a damn elegant swan neck, I'll be sure to let y'all know. I ain't never seen something so pretty in my life. All right, nothing else we really need to worry about stripping. Like there's this angle iron. Well, I guess we'll get it since we're here. But that's it. Well, and these fuel lines, we'll pull them off too. But that's it. Obviously much easier to do that right now than when there's a body on here. We removed, bolted on the angle iron. I think we officially surpassed a pole barn garage build. Hey, don't you be talking about pole barn garage. Guys, we're buddies. He knows I'm just playing around with him, and he'll tell you too. He probably wouldn't argue anything that's been said, or maybe he would. How ridiculous, a heat shield. No heat shield required when there's about 1.5 feet between your floor and your frame. I like their trough of a clamp right there. Maybe Mud-Cedes was the angle iron. That seems like something he would do. And then the baling wire. Now this is the pole barn garage exhaust hanger. I know it is. I know it. Dang, someone beat us to cutting that old gal, huh? No arguments here. Good thing we cut that, because pulling that clip and knocking that out there would have been too much work. You can even use the baling wire remover. Fuel lines, obviously not really a high priority right now. But again, a lot easier to replace all this while we're here. Don't move that too much. We'll finish knocking the rust off that brake line and then it'll leak. We don't want that. Oh, well, kinked it there. Kink it everywhere. And there. Y'all give me a few more minutes, I'll have her kinked down to a 1/4 inch line. Well, we did not do good work right there, folks. Work her around a little more. I think it'll be all right there. Not a good spot for that, come to find out. Not without cutting some of that line off. But, you know, there's an angle grinder right there. Who's got time for that? Oh no! All that, I forgot our second clamp. Oh, call me Redo Ricky. Meh, not too shabby on the back. On to the front, which is not gonna be so forgiving, is it, Theodore? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd say she's pretty near guaranteed to fight us. It's gonna be a bloodbath, folks. Hey, cool trick. Y'all hear that baby whistling at me? Mango did a whistle that sounded like tea was ready. I'm gonna have a spot of tea and go tow my swan neck. Tally ho, love. There you go. Get a little weight off off that, she'll actually come apart. Now, someone comment down below and let me know what gear ratios would these came with. All I know is they're Blazer chassis, okay? So that's a lot of information I got for you. That's another reason why I didn't just swap the rear end over to here, because on the small chance they've got different gear ratios, then we wouldn't be meshing. Let's get the old no-stroke 300s off there. Oh, she's got a little life left in her. Dang. Hell, put it back on. Just play. It's going to be too short. All right. Can't short stroke. And up front, we've already created a mess somehow, so let's keep that mess going. Brake fluid coming out of here is fairly respectable looking. Not all dirty. I bet those calipers will run. Just up until they leak. Well, that's a new one. The head of that is spinning. It broke, but the threads did not break loose. Yeah, it looks like a fun brake line to replace. And that may be the least of our worries. I just noticed something else. This is a vent. See, they put a damn 6-foot extension on it. And do you see where it runs down to on the rear or on the front axle here? Well, look at this one, or the lack thereof. Could be a bad sign, huh? Digging a little loose than blowing it out there. We're through. All right, took a shot right to the face from that. Good thing I had my safety glasses on. I did not, yep. That's one of those moments where you should think before you speak. I did not mean what I just said in the way that it could have been meant. Well, it looks like we may need to pull this front cover to figure out what's going on in this one. There's a chance it's perfectly fine, but there's also a chance it's full of who knows what. Pulled that bottom bolt and some water shot out, so we're off to a solid start. She's barely held on there even. Oh, lots of water. A little bit of gear oil. So you're saying there's hope. Oh yeah, flip that. That'll be smart. I mean, God bless America, that ain't gonna come off there. Here she comes, come on. All right. Always gotta drop at least one bolt in there. Oh, that's a sign of what the rest is going to look like right there. All right, here's our here's our upgraded axle, guys, ready to go. Shit. I'm going to do some yoga, think about some of my life decisions, meditate. I call this one the Theo dog pose. Now, this is usually when it gets, you know, belly scratches, but for me, speaking of the devil, for me, this is so I can lay here and just think, you know, have a little nap perhaps. Theo, what do we do now? This one's toast, that one could be bent. That one may be okay. That one was functioning. Yeah, I guess we just need to snatch everything and try to swap it to this one. Then we're gonna have to crack it open and the rear one open to inspect the rear one to see if we got matching gear ratios. Sound like a plan, Theodore? Sounds like a plan. I don't need a sway bar where we're headed. Stroke, stroke, stroke. So your sway bars go down to your plates that your U-bolts go into. And with any lift kit, I guess, you gotta have brackets to extend your sway bar down. I don't have any of that stuff. Those bolts do sandwich those brackets together though, so These front ones I put back in. Professional. Finished stripping those. You could say I'm a professional stripper. Try to turn this where we can get to this nut. We're gonna try to separate right here. So I'm gonna use old milk carton, plastic, whatever. Make some shims. This plank, I don't know what the hell that is. Extraction complete. I got it separated. Oh, that's the best part of the day right there, folks. Couldn't have done that if I tried. Hey, separated. We didn't want to keep that ball joint anyhow by the looks of it. I've never seen one come apart like that. Should be free. Over here, we basically got to do the same thing. I'm gonna separate this one up here just on purpose. Just gotta get her jacked up. Our brake lines, we can cut them, placed either way. Those were actually a lifted brake hose, extended I mean, but they're pretty dry and coming apart. This side's coming apart real easy. No rust in there or nothing. Only thing different over here is we do have a drive shaft. It's bent, but it's a drive shaft. Yeah, I rotated it a minute ago to get these where I wanted them, and she didn't look like she was nice and true by any means. Why would it be though? Ain't that how you're supposed to remove your retaining clip? I think so. Luckily with that retaining clip out of there, we can drop that good quality cap right there. Spin that over and drop it out of there. Whew. We are not trying to bolt that right in. Just looking at it, those are crooked as can be. Our steering drag link thingy mabobber is obviously crooked. Small chance that's from me moving it with the skid steer and stuff. I wasn't too worried about it. It don't look like the front axle's visibly crooked, but if all that's crooked, then these would bolt on crooked. So I think we're just gonna unbolt this crap and go ahead and put our new ones on. These bushings are falling apart anyways. That one fell apart. No bueno. See that little pro tip? You lean your jacks in against that, and then I can pick it up there, and they boop, fall underneath there. That's thinking with your noggin. Turns out there were threads in all that rust. Huh. Sometimes you may have to use your small crescent wrench to help line stuff up. Woo, hot damn, she's got the chrome unit. We know she's gonna be good. Or bad. Exceptionally bad. really, 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 really not good. How did I not hear all that crunching? I guess out there free turns. If I would have ever put it in four-wheel drive, we would have heard something, huh? Spider gears, we don't need them. Here's how you take two and make one, but successfully you don't pull that off, and in the end you make none. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, hush it. I knew it was a bad idea when I started, okay? I don't need to hear it from y'all. Theo's already given it to me. All right, let's go see what we can find out here. Oh, hello, beautiful butterfly. That's a big one, flying circles around me. So that one came with a load of parts, including what was an extra front axle, maybe for a reason now. Luckily someone set this cab right on it. All right, sorry but not sorry. I can't trust your front end, rear end, front axle thingy, piece of crap. Lean her up and we'll get that old head knocker out of the way. Did I bring a hammer or something to pry with? Nope, not really. From downtown. Dinner's ready. Damn, she'll take a hit. Ha Success. Very important to have proper tools. Whoa! All right. Boy, howdy. That's weird. Just so used to opening them and they all look like that rust right there. Gears are in it. The couple bearings I can see look respectable. Spider gears aren't chewed up. She's even got some pretty clean fluid in her. Got some numbers here. I think the 12 and 41 is what we need. Gotta do some math on it and it'll tell you. Either way, a lot better than our other two. Let's pop our cover back on and we'll take it that away. There you go, guys. If you ever buy a project and a bunch of parts and the four-wheel drive comes with a spare front axle, it's probably for a reason. Them little sly dogs. Leo, you get that side, I'll get this side. I'll get both, it's all right. It's practically gonna fall right into place. She went into place like she kind of wanted to be there, which is better than most stuff so far. Now, our shackles are not tightened down, but everything's kind of in place. So just out of curiosity, right there I'm seeing 29 and 15/16, 30 and a 16th. So an 1/8 inch off. We're not even gonna sweat that. That kind of sucks though. It's not one thing, it's another. On this thing, it seems to be everything. Those look like those were cut with a torch. Those are supposed to hold on our steering arm. I'm sure those thread in, and those look like they really want to just come right out of there. And I ain't got a damn clue about swapping a knuckle, what that takes. Let's make sure we can get these off here. Obviously we can steal one from one of these. I just lack the experience doing it. And I know getting well, this is one of them tasks where you're like, oh, let's just swap it real quick. And real quick turns into a damn day later somehow. Came off pretty easy, and that means absolutely nothing. All right, my My secret is just to beat on it till it lets go. Maybe get a bloody knuckle out of the deal. Got one of those little collars out. So just a bunch of hammering, guys. Free! She's free! Well, we may hit our stopping point on this because this has 6. The blown up one has 6. The looks like it could possibly work, perhaps, has 5. Oh, this don't have lockers. She's full-time 4-wheel drive. This side's nice and rusty, so it ain't doing nothing. My lack of 4-wheel drive stuff is showing once again. That knuckle scares me. Lack of knowing what I'm doing. Not that I couldn't figure it out, but if that's all I had to do the rest of the day, that'd be one thing. But it is like 3:30 already, and I really don't want to go into next week with my shop just full of a bunch of broke 4-wheel drive stuff that was supposed to get swapped around in one day. I mean, 3 damn axles, guys. Call me crazy for finally being a betting man and saying 1 would be good. This one does fit in here nice though, and that side rolls. So I'm gonna try to get this stuff unstuck where we can at least bolt it in and make it a roller. And I have got a hold of a couple sources that I know trying to find another front axle. So I haven't fully given up. I just gotta make a call where to spend my dear time. If I try to swap that knuckle and it don't work, I'm gonna be ticked. Watch your toes. She spins now. Oh, don't tell me they boogered this too.
It's a damned old 1 inch.
Oh, bigger?
1 1/16.
Yeah. Now we don't want to seat this because this may have to come apart. And this is nice and straight, so we may use it on whatever axle we end up running. Good enough for now. So front axles, obviously pretty important, but not the worst thing in the world to swap down the road. So that's why we can't play grab butt no more. I really want to get the drivetrain pulled out of that one and get it split apart because that transmission, we have to have it rebuilt. So no matter what we get done on this side, we'll always be in the waiting game until we get that handled. And that being said, I get a text or call saying he has one, and we're gonna go get it. We ain't gonna give up. Rolled that out of the way. She flipped over and she just spilled the goodness. Yeah. Boy, we are really creating the scrap metal today, aren't we? I know what you're thinking. Hey, Puddin', are you gonna save all that stuff? What about what's good on that one or that one? I ain't ever been so damn excited to haul off scrap metal. That's all this crap is now. I'm gonna get what I want from it, throw away the rest, and sleep damn good at night too. Let there be light. I think she lived in a pond, coming out full of water as well. I don't think there's any gear oil in it. When it rains, it pours. Get it? Water. Hold on. There may be a dribble of oil. Hardly any oil in this one, guys. I wanted to check the gear ratio because we have a line on the front one. And I was just curious what we got here. What we got here is a damn mess and a half. Full of rust. If you just wanted to run it till it would break on purpose, I'm sure you could send it. I'd rather not. Good news is everything we did back here was for nothing as well. Oh, I'm backtracking, Bobby. Our exhaust is welded solid. What she got on her? Oh, Flow Masters. She actually sounded pretty good when I had it running. We're probably gonna reuse it. We're just gonna have to add a collector. She got them old straight pipes welded solid, baby. Mm-hmm. Dum dee dee dum dum. This thing may not have a lot going for it, but the exhaust was actually bent up and laid out pretty decent for a play toy anyhow. Tell you what, guys, this is not the greatest day at puddins.fab.shop, right? I'm not good at four-wheel drive stuff. I don't know a lot about it, and I just keep getting kicked in the nads time after time on this little adventure today. However, I'm not at the factory working maintenance anymore, and the damn worst day here is still 10 times better than the best day there. So what a blessing this butt whooping I'm receiving today. Super Strut 411 pulled, getting ready to yank all this. I just got a text message, and that's good news. To the salvage yard we go. St. Louis Salvage saves the day again. Loaded down, time to haul butt. They're a little dirty, but he said he pulled the cover on the front one and it was really clean inside. Had tagged for 373s. I don't know what those all came with. Surely nothing taller than a 373. It'd have to be something lower. Some 410s or like 430s would be real nice. So I did get this chassis from St. Louis Salvage, and he was surprised both were full of water. He said they bought it actually out of auction, and that it was a fairly nice Blazer. It sat up front there, and no one ever bought it as a whole, so he finally started parting it out. And I guess overall it was in pretty decent shape, so he was pretty surprised to hear that they were full of water like that. These ones, he said, came from a decent truck, decent looking, pretty complete, sitting behind some old folks' house, and he bought it and he's been parting it out, so we'll get them home and give them a quick once over. Gravity. The fact that's coming out of there is promising. Gear fluid coming from all the way up here. Well, she ain't got no posi track, but she's got lube, and guys, best one we've seen. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We started at about 6 a.m. Things are looking up. I think this is the pivot point. It's all downhill from here. Rear is copped back up. Let's get the front stripped. No shortage of stuck hardware. Unfortunately, our little front steering shaft's bent. All right. Some of y'all wanted me to coat these floors. Whew, those things would be tore up and ugly. Kind of like the majority of the axles around here. With those torqued down, I hereby declare this further ahead than we've been so far today. And I checked for square. This one's dead money, guys. Best reading we've got off of tape yet, too. I'll take that. I put too thick a bushing in there, dummy. Put our steering arm on, baby. Engine mount's real tight. They didn't want that sucker falling out, huh? Oh yeah, probably metric. I forgot we were working on a Mud-Cedes. All right, I think we're gonna try to separate right here. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Right now, it's my only idea. This poor girl just covered in all kinds of dirt daubers. Don't worry, I'm here to protect you from those things now. Oh yeah, she's separating already. She cracked. She's gonna get a little tight. Oh yeah, we're separate and we're leaking. We're free. We're free. Let that drain out. Yep, she stopped up solid. That's what your vent hooks to. That'll then blow out your seals because that ain't got nowhere to vent to. The damn air compressor fitting down there, you know, that someone had stuck in that old one. Genius. Yeah. Oh, also full of water. Very nice. Y'all didn't forget the 30-footer from the other one, did you? Do a little recycling here. Except that's not good, because that's 3/8 hose and it needs to be 5/16. And I knew that. Yeah, ho, heavy. Pulled our steering box off the OG Mud-Cedes. It's about the cleanest one I got. It's had plenty of time to drain. Get her out the way where we can rob some brake lines. We got touchdown. All right. I think Theo's ready to celebrate with some food. You hungry? You ready to eat? Woo, him's hungry. Woo, him's hungry. Dinner is served. Stole that front brake line off the Mud-Cedes. Little restoration. Just gotta somehow get her through that hole. rolled it backwards and it popped up through there right into place. Yeah. Those are real light. It's a lot easier to get these started with those lines floppy. And for our brake line, same thing. From that same early 90s 3/4 ton, nice extended line. Just comes with a goofy bracket. I'll go pry off and then we'll slap it on. Slappity slap. And we're probably gonna do a basic brake job on this thing at some point. But for now, at least our new lines will be here waiting for the reman calipers. See, she actually locks into place there. As long as we don't snap the head on this one, that should be snug enough. Beautiful. This is our best little drag length thing. I don't know we'll keep it, at least for now, though it'll put something into place. We're not gonna smoke it down super tight. My brain's a little fried. I'm trying to figure out what's next. I'd really like to see the wheels and tires on this, but they're holding that up. I'm fine with dragging that outside, but we should finish stripping it down. This transfer case and that cross member, well, that cross member don't match that one. That's the MP205 style. This is the Megatron Dirt Dauber, I don't know what the hell. Let's pull our drive shaft. Damn! Damn! Where'd this drive shaft used to reside? In the bottom of a lake? Look how rusted and pitted that is. Mismatch hardware. No surprise. Yeah. Just in a pull a drive shaft type of thing. Whoa! Oh. First one was mismatch hardware. This one was missing hardware. Also, no surprise. Yeah. Dang, matching hardware, and they're both there. Fancy. Yeah. Woo! Y'all better stop playing with me. When Pole Barn Garage was here, some of y'all was saying, and I went along with it, playing about them dirtying up my shop. Y'all know I like to clean. But they didn't get close to getting that to as dirty as I get it. We've got gear fluid, brake fluid, trans fluid, lake, damn it, right there. This place is a disaster. Beautiful, beautiful disaster. Woo, spooky. Get a little light on, huh? Hey now, I'll be hitting my tow roller. Don't mind me, just taking out the trash. These lockers say super winch, and I'm not a four-wheel drive guy, despite the looks of this shop. I think these are the first ones I've seen that say super winch. Lifted four-wheel drive chassis is like Arby's, guys. It's gotta have the meats. That looks so much tougher with those swapped over on there. Man, what a better just platform chassis overall, what we have here versus that hunk of junk we just took outside. Something that's actually true, square, better bushings, probably a better lift kit, better brand. Brake lines, no longer broken brake lines. Just overall, guys, a lot of good stuff going on right here. It's been a minute since I've had us some wheel dollies. On my old ones I've broke, wore out. These are the Daytona Harbor Freight Specials. Got a hard plastic wheel that's rounded over, kind of like a train wheel. So they're trying to make less friction where you can roll the car easier. Let's give her the test. Oh, that rolls nice. Those wheels they did like that, smart design. Look how good that rolled, guys. Damn, Harbor Freight should be paying me for that advertisement. I don't know if y'all have ever used wheel dollies, but I have a lot. And I ain't never had a set move this good or easy. Get her ballparked, and I want to drop it on a moment of truth to see if our mounts will hit. I think they're gonna. Front one's lined up good. Oh, Rupert. Get on up in here. That one went somewhere. Right into the mounts where it went. She's back on. Dang, first time seeing her with a hitch. Hitch sits in a pretty good place. Wait, she gonna be a new damn tow pig. Both sides, the bolts are kind of leaning at an angle. So this frame is narrower than our old one was, but nothing to be too concerned about. A win's a win. Yeah, that wasn't even true. They were leaning the same way. So I loosened that one, shoved the body that way some. They straightened up. I didn't really spend time to square the body, guys. We could, but the next go around on this thing will probably be after we get the transmission back and all that. So it'll be putting a drivetrain in it. So to do that, obviously body's coming back off. We're nearing the end, guys. I'm about whooped. I ain't even ate a real meal today. I've had like 5 snacks throughout the day. What I did was I come over here to my list. I keep this for planning out my content, and I've put different stuff on there. Mud-Cedes Titan shackles, I think I forgot. It needs full brakes, diff covers, the steering arm, dampener or stabilizer, whatever you call it, sway bar relocation, and obviously stuff with that. But just on what we did today, for that to all be 100%, I like to write that down, because if I go a month or 2 and we don't touch this thing, I'll be like, oh, what I need. So it's always good to write that down. All right, I got her off the dolly. I don't know why I took it off the dolly. Whew. Push her back where we can see her, enjoy her. And honestly, guys, I know to y'all, it really don't look a whole lot different, because it's not a whole lot different. The drivetrain's out of it, so the front is sitting a little higher. Got the old Carolina butt, dog dragging butt contest going. But as far as if we're gonna finish putting a drivetrain on or in this and getting it on the road, the safety of this thing just went up tremendously. the reliability and drivability. The other way would have been fine for just beating the crap out of it out here till it broke. But I'll be honest, I don't care that this thing's some mud machine. I mean, it's got open diffs right now. And y'all seen I even welded those when I had them out, right? Wrong. Y'all know what I'm into. I'm into cruising and passing out neck braces, you know, because when I come by, whatever I'm driving, people are snapping that neck, okay? That's what I like to do, is turn heads. This will turn heads for good or bad reasons. Either way, today was one hell of a day. Let's see what time it is. 10:30, so not too bad. I got out here and started shuffling cars around outside about 6:30 to 6:40. I started shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. No, too late for that. So we put in some work. We had some challenges. Having it to this point was not the goal. I didn't have a clear goal in mind, but I envisioned at 10 o'clock last night, as I was laying in bed trying to figure out what I was going to do today. I was kind of getting stuff to that point, but also, like I said, getting some rotted floor. That floor on that thing's rusted. It just needs really cut out of there, basically the whole damn thing. I was kind of hoping we could get into that and maybe cut out some of that stuff where we could start to see what it's going to take to build back new floor. But sometimes things don't go as planned, guys. You know, who would have thought out of having 3 front axles on hand that all 3 were going to have a problem that was pretty significant? Luckily, we did not take no for an answer. Luckily, we had a lot of parts on hand from dealing with old Roy. As y'all could tell, a lot of it was like ready to go, and that's why I kind of wanted to get on this. I did not plan on putting that lift kit on there. I was going to use the other stuff, but in the end, it's all worked out where we're going to have a lot nicer Mud-Cedes than I thought we were ever going to have. Not necessarily by choice, but by destiny. And sometimes that's what we got to go with. And I'll be honest, guys, I've got to see my hot rod all of about 2 seconds when I popped in the house earlier. I was out here before she was up, obviously, and Mama just called and told me she was going to bed about an hour ago, and I didn't even go in there to tell her goodnight because I'm so filthy I can't even walk in her room because everything's white. If I walked in there, by the time I left, it basically looked like the shop floor, okay? Just a damn mess. So I'm gonna go in there. Hopefully she's not awake, but I'm not gonna wake her up, but I'm gonna go tell her goodnight. I'm gonna get me something to eat because I am starving, and we got a very busy day with volleyball stuff tomorrow. So we're gonna wrap, guys. I know this video is a little different, but it does get us out ahead. Usually if I need to get out ahead, we'll go walk around a junkyard. It's doable in a day. We may try to squeeze in a will it run in one day. What you get is what you get, and you don't throw a fit on one of them. But I wanted to do something that was more meaningful, purposeful work, and that was finally give the Mud-Cedes some love again. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and thank y'all so much for being here, hanging out with me and Theodore in the shop today. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here, watching, all the support throughout the years. If y'all enjoyed this content, be sure to check out some other stuff. Do the subscribing and bell notifications and leave comments and likes, and all that helps us grow. So do it or not. I'm on the Instagrammer, we're on the Patreon, we're on the Facebooker, blah, blah, blah. Guys, that's enough. I'm throwing in the towel. I already did. I'm done. Come on. Do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Y'all smell that? I may be catching a third wind. We may need to work all night. I bet we could get that motor back in there. Just playing.